This is about the completely catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip. Benjamin Netanyahu wants to displace all of the Gazan people from their territory. They want to get rid of all Palestinians from Gaza and make it so that no one from Gaza can live on that land. And he's adding to this, another weapon he's using is famine. Palestinians have no access to humanitarian aid for 2 months now. And Palestinians in Gaza are going hungry under the bombing that is being leveled their way. And Israel targeted a humanitarian ship in international waters with Israeli drones, another mistake he's making. This government is showing their intention, once again, a genocidal intention. And if this had happened anywhere else in the world, of course, there would have been a minute of silence, there would have been a debate, there would have been a resolution. But no, when it comes to Palestinians, when it comes to the Gaza Strip, we simply bury our heads in the sand. The groups refuse our request for a debate, the request we tabled yesterday. They refuse to suspend the cooperation agreement with Israel. They refuse to apply sanctions. They refuse to uphold the ICC arrest warrant against Netanyahu. And when he goes to Hungary, he's not arrested. When he flies over France, he isn't arrested. But there are tools, and there is this ICC warrant that has been attacked by Donald Trump. For the EU, this shouldn't just mean enforcing the arrest warrant, but using the instruments that are there to protect European civil servants from Donald Trump's sanctions. So, in short, Palestinians don't need our tears. For a long time now, they haven't had any themselves. They need us to act. They need us to stand side to side, shoulder to shoulder with them to protect them in this humanitarian crisis. And then finally, I wanted to touch on 2 brief issues. Something that should also provoke sadness and anger. Sadness, because I'm thinking about Boubacar Sassi's family. He was murdered in France because he's a Muslim. And then anger as well, because today we need to say that this is an Islamophobic attack that was treated in France and in Europe as just another crime. But Islamophobic crime is racism. It's systemic. It is spreading throughout Europe, where we're seeing hate speech, anti-Muslim speech flourishing and becoming more and more normalized. This is not simply any other crime. It's an overtly racist crime that is fed into by discourse here in the Parliament, making Muslims scapegoats for everything. This Parliament could have and should have conducted a minute's silence for Boubacar, his family and his loved ones, as we requested. As if Boubacar was not Muslim, would the rest of the Parliament agreed to the minute of silence? You see the double standard here, and it is completely unacceptable. Our Parliament, moreover, could have and should have held a debate on the increase in Islamophobic attacks throughout Europe. If attacks had been levelled against another religion, no one would have stood in the way and rejected our request for a minute's silence. So today you see the very concrete impact of these attacks that are becoming more and more common in Europe. I regret that other groups did not stand up to the challenge and shoulder the responsibility. We now owe Muslims in France and throughout Europe our support because they're in danger and have been abandoned.